Let's take a closer look at the Valentine's Day themed Funko Pocket Pop Star Wars 4-pack. Varykino, living the Star Wars life. Hello there, and thanks for visiting the Varykino YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing this Valentine's Day themed Funko Pocket Pop Star Wars 4-pack. Now, as you can probably tell, Valentine's Day was a little while ago, but sadly these products only just hit store shelves here in New Zealand, so I wasn't able to get this as a Valentine's Day gift, but of course my husband treated me to it as soon as they were available locally. I'm on a mission to try and collect as many Princess Leia Funko items as I can, and of course she is included in this set, so I was so happy to get this one. Now, before I open it up, which I'm very eager to do, I'm just going to take a closer look at the packaging. Of course, the heart-shaped box is supposed to resemble a heart-shaped box of chocolates. As we can see by the paint scheme of the figures depicted on the front, this is supposed to look like little foil-covered chocolates, which I think is such a cute idea. I think this is the first time Funko has gone with a chocolate theme for a Valentine's Day collection. In the past, I know I've seen like glitter ones and pink and red, that kind of stuff, but I think this is a really cute design for this year. As with a lot of Star Wars products, we have a black design here for the box with a starry background, which I think looks really cool. We've got a printed image of a bow here on the corner and a little white heart, so you can write to and from if you take the sort of cellophane off there. We have a rendition here of all of the figures inside. I haven't actually seen what these look like in person. I haven't seen photos. All I've seen is these images. So I'm very keen to see how well these images actually translate into the final product. So we've got some, caution text down here on the front. We've got a gray stripe running around sort of on the top edge of the box, nothing else along the edge there. And on the back, we have a few other cute little elements to kind of further tie into the box of chocolates theme. We have collectible facts that kind of looks like a nutrition label, and it says, collecting one pop might turn into collecting many more, which I think is really cute because, yeah, we know that. I started getting into Funkos with just a few characters and now I have a lot of them. It says, join the heart side, which is very cute. Happy Valentine's Day from Funko. And then there is a white heart with lines here. It says, write message here. So they really have thought of everything. If you just take the plastic sealed wrapping off, you can write some cute notes. I am a collector, so I appreciate that my husband did not write on these. I want to keep my packaging looking nice and tidy. So there we go. That's it. Let's get stuck in and take this wrapping off and take our first look at these cute figures. So hopefully my scissors are going to be able to get through here. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't want to dig in too far. This kind of plastic packaging always kind of makes me a little bit anxious because I got to use something sharp to break through it. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to put that rubbish away and those pointy scissors away. Okay, so I'm going to take the lid off, pop that over there. Oh, don't they look cute? Okay, so they are sitting in like a plastic clear tray, very reminiscent of standard Funko Pop vinyl packaging. I was kind of hoping that there was maybe like a paper tray or something underneath to kind of give that box of chocolates vibe, but that's okay. And it looks like the background inside the box is just plain black. I don't think that there's any printing there, but we'll take a closer look. So we'll see how easy it is to remove these. We've got a top lid and the tray just slides out there. Yep, just plain black. And then we can get our first look at these adorable little chocolate Star Wars figures. I do say the hearts and the foil does actually translate pretty well. I was worried it might be just a little small to really get a good effect, but I think that these look really cute. So hopefully these aren't too hard to get out of the tray. I'm kind of wanting to use it to store. So let's hope. Okay, 3 of them fell out. One of them just needed a little nudge. So I'm hoping that means they will go back in there nicely. So I'm just going to see if they'll all stand up well. They are bobbleheads, so there is a little bit of movement there. So yep, they seem to stand up okay. just going to pop that out of the way. So we have Han. I believe this is Luke. It's like just a little bit like interpreted because they don't usually have the sort of all the costume pieces, so it's just a little bit harder to tell. And Vader. Obviously, Han and Leia go together for a Valentine's Day pack. It's kind of a little bit quirky, I guess, to have Luke and Vader in this set as well, though I'm not sure what other sort of original trilogy characters you put in there. I guess they're just going for the sort of collectability nature of it rather than a romance-themed collection here. But anyway, this is Vader. I think he looks really cute. Honestly, I can almost taste chocolate just looking at this plastic. I think that that's really quite a good color, a fun finish, and it's like darker chocolate accents for his helmet lenses there. Moving on, we've got sort of the foil wrapping, like it's been peeled down off the chocolate. So we've got the sort of silver of the inner foil folded down, and we can see that it would have been wrapped as if it's like a red foil with silver hearts on it. It's not fully wrapped, like it's not like a sort of a sleeping bag around it. It's actually sort of painted on, so, you know, foil wouldn't actually wrap around his cape independently of the rest of his costume, but yeah, it's more of an effect rather than trying to really look like it's actually wrapped in foil. But I think that works really well. I can see some of the tiny details on the sculpting, like his belt there. His chest box details are pretty much underneath that turned down foil. He's even got little hearts on his boots there. Don't know how well that's going to show up because they're very small. You can see the hearts really well on the back of the cape, and they're really quite tidy. There's like a tiny little sort of smudge on one of them, but it's so small I don't think it's even really going to show up on camera. Overall, pretty cute. He's got a little bit of a wobble there. Obviously, these ones don't have the full sort of wire that you can see on the underside of standard Funko products. They kind of have a completely sealed in little bobblehead there. But overall, I think that's really done. Really well done. He's so cute. Okay, moving on to Luke. So now that I can see it up a little bit closer, I believe this is supposed to be Farm Boy Luke, because this makes me think of like his binoculars on his belt here. Though, of course, the details on the front of him with his hands kind of resting on his belt are a little bit more lost in that sort of slightly busy print of hearts there. So I think his design doesn't translate quite as well. Because of his shaggy hair, it's almost like the head of Han and Luke almost looks the same. You just got that sort of center part a little bit more prominent on Han Solo. Oops, there goes Leia. But again, the same sort of things. I see the sort of the chocolate color, the darker eyes, and then we've got that red foil folded down around the shoulders with the silver hearts all over. We can see there's like a little sculpted pouch on the back. Yeah, very cute. We've got little hearts on his boots. And yeah, I don't notice any kind of major flaws on this one either, which is really good. Obviously, I do like my Funko products to have good paint and, you know, all sort of joined up and glued together as best as they can do. And he looks really cute. That's a good little addition. So next up, we've got Han Solo. So his head, like I said, looks really similar to Luke's. We've got his little dark chocolate eyes, sculpted hair, and he is sort of folded down with his foil there over his shoulders with the little tiny little hearts all over his body. Now, if I hide his face, his body is like, unfortunately, fairly generic. There's not really that much detail. I can kind of see like a pocket on his upper chest that kind of reminds me of like his vest or his jacket. But because everything is just kind of covered a little bit, it's almost like a generic body. There's not really that much in the way of detail here for me to really distinguish that this is Han Solo. I know it's Han Solo because he's on the box. But yeah, the detail's just a little bit lost under that printing. But I think there's not really too much else you could do because you can't accent those details with paint. So he's very cute. And of course, last but certainly not least, Princess Leia. So of course we've got her iconic, her head is actually more wobbly than the others, which I think is interesting, but that's possibly because she's quite heavy. Although Vader I think is probably heavier. Her head wants to kind of wobble forward a little bit, but we've got her very iconic bun hairstyle here from A New Hope. And I think perhaps hers, because hers is a dress, translates the best into a foil wrapping, because there isn't like, it's not going between her legs or anything. Her arms are by her side. It does look like perhaps a foil that is wrapped around her body. So I think it just sort of works really well. We've got this sort of ripped foil here around her shoulders. She's got her hands on her waist. And to be fair, I can't even really see any belt details on this sculpt. So like some of the others, the costume details are a little bit lost in the scale and with the heart printing over it. But that's not really the point, is it? It's the little foil hearts and looking like a chocolate. And in that case, I think that does really well. I think she's adorable. She was the main reason I wanted this set, and I'm so happy with her. I think she is adorable, and I don't see any major flaws on her, which I'm really happy about. So for the interest of comparison, I'm going to grab the Han Solo little chocolate Funko, because I have the little Pocket Pop version here, and we can see that I think they're about the same scale, though this does feel just a little bit smaller in hand to this. Potentially because his legs are together. It feels like his legs are shorter in this version than in this Funko as well. I have trouble trying to make the keychains stand up, so I've got him just here in his box, but just by height, I feel like he is just a shade smaller than the keychains, which does make sense if you sort of divide the cost of these boxes by 4. These are cheaper than keychains, so that makes sense. And one other little note of comparison with the Princess Leia is I also have the full-size version, which has Leia in her foil dress there with the hearts. So it looks like they have chosen pretty much the same design, except for this one. The hearts are basically the same size as the hearts here, so they just appear more frequently on this dress than that one, because they're all the same sort of hearts. So I'm very keen to unbox this one in a near future video. Very excited to take a look at that one. But the main purpose of this was to get my hands on these tiny little chocolate Star Wars figures in a Valentine's Day heart-shaped box. So there we go. I think they are adorable. I am especially happy with that Princess Leia. I'll have some photos of these little guys up on the blog so you can see them all lined up. I think they worked out really well. Really happy there wasn't anything broken or majorly damaged. Because these were blind boxes, they didn't have a window in the top of the box. You couldn't sort of preview them, and they didn't come into local stores in large quantities. A lot of the stores only had 1 or 2 of each of them. So yeah, shame they didn't get here for Valentine's Day, because they would have been perfect gifts. But nevertheless, I got them from my husband and they are in my collection and I love them. What a lovely gift. I really hope Funko continues with this fun Valentine's Day theme. Will we see other chocolate characters? Will they, do something else next year? We'll have to wait and see, but I love them. Thank you so much for watching my Funko Star Wars unboxing. Do check out our other videos for more Star Wars unboxings and adventures. Catch you in the next video, and as always, may the Force be with you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, check out our other videos, and subscribe for alerts about new uploads. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.